Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to be diving into a question that we are getting so much lately.
And I'm Therese.
Hey guys, welcome back to Real Talk Real Estate with the Austin Property Group. I am Amy.
I'm Therese, and we are so glad you're here.
Yes. So today we are going to be diving into a question that we are getting so much lately, and that is about rates.
Rates. Are those mortgage rates ever going to go back to 3%?
Who knows? Probably not.
So, why are people still holding out? We get it. 3%. It was dreamy. It was those unicorn years. I mean, seriously, people were locking in insanely low monthly payments, and it made buying feel so much more attainable for everybody.
And for the folks who bought or refinanced back in 20 or 21, that rate is like gold to them. Mm-hmm. But what we want to talk about today is, where did those rates come from, and are they coming back?
Spoiler alert, probably not. But stick with us and we'll explain more. It is all about rates and a little bit more than that.
So let's rewind to early 2020. Mm-hmm. The economy was shutting down. There was massive panic in the market, and the Federal Reserve reacted by slashing rates to keep things from completely collapsing.
Yeah, and that move brought mortgage rates down to historic lows. We're talking about below 3%. I know for me, we have a 2.75 on our house. So yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. But these were not normal conditions. They were emergency level interventions during a global crisis. So as that crisis passed, the economy rebounded, and so did inflation.
Yep. And now, to slow that inflation, the Fed started to raise the rates, and that's where we are today, right? So now we're hovering around that 7%, anywhere from 6.5% up to 7.5%, kind of depending on the day, depending on your lender. That's really where we are.
Got it. Yeah, and I mean, no matter what social media, the news tells you, TikTok, these 3% rates are not forecasted to come back.
Yes.
Now, or maybe not ever.
Unless a major...
Yes, unless another major
global event happens.
Exactly.
Which we're not hoping for that.
Nope, no one's hoping for that.
Okay, so what are experts saying now? Most forecasts are showing rates easing a little bit later this year, maybe into the mid-6s by the end of Q4. We're not really heading back to those 3s. Kara Ng, our senior economist at Zillow, said, while Zillow expects mortgage rates to end the year near the mid-6s, barring any unforeseen shocks, the path might be a little bumpy.
And honestly, that's what people really need to hear, that, rates might get a little better, but waiting for a miracle is really not a great strategy if you are wanting to make some sort of a move.
So let's talk about the cost of waiting. I've had clients, I know you've had clients say, we're just going to wait until the rates drop. But the question back to them usually is, well, what are you risking by waiting?
Exactly. So if prices go up while you wait, or rents increase, or more buyers re-enter the market when rates dip, you might find yourself priced out anyway.
Yeah, and Realtor.com said it perfectly. Staying out of the market in hopes of a rate drop that never comes can lead to missed opportunities.
Exactly. So what we like to say is, if the home fits your life and the math works for you, buy the house. Refinance later if it drops, but you need to be comfortable with what you're doing right now.
Yes, exactly. So what can we control right now? Let's talk about what we can control. You can't control the Fed, but you can control getting pre-approved. You can control strengthening your credit. You can even explore creative loan options.
And we've seen a lot of that lately. We have some very creative ways that we have managed to make home buying much more affordable. Mm-hmm. And this is where we come in. This is why having representation when you're buying a home is so important. Yeah. We're not just here to show you houses. We are here to connect you with silent lenders that are creative,
Yeah.
understand down payment assistance programs, and just build a strategy based on your goals. So a lot of this is preparation. It's not just about opening doors for you. There's a lot of preparation that goes long before we open any doors for you.
Yes. And it's smart not to listen to all that market noise. We've had buyers get into homes with rate buy downs. They have closing costs covered or credits. They've even had a lot of seller repairs, and it's all because we had a plan.
Correct. So, real life example, one of our clients actually said, "I'm so glad I didn't wait. The house we bought last month would have cost us $30,000 more if we had waited even 2 more months." And the way that was achieved is through careful planning and also understanding what's being offered out there. What are sellers willing to do? What are builders willing to do? It's all about understanding the market and getting creative with it.
Yeah. And even better, they're planning to refinance if the rates do improve. But now they've got equity, they've got stability, and they're not competing with 10 other offers like they did back in 2020 when rates were at 3%. So just a couple of stories that we have even recently with our buyers. So for instance, I have a buyer that we went under contract yesterday. The listing price was $450. We offered $415. We ended up negotiating $430. So that's almost $20,000 under the listing price. And actually it was priced really well already. Sellers paying for title, which is another $2,000-ish. They're offering home warranty. This is something we did not see in 2020. In 2020, people might have had a 3% interest rate, but they are upside down now in their homes. We've seen people that need to sell their homes and they're upside down. So it's a great, idea to have that kind of interest rate. But when that happens, everybody is fighting for the same homes and it raises prices. So now it really is your choice. You can go find your perfect home. You have, in Austin, I think we have about 13,000 homes on the market right now. So the inventory is really incredible for people, and you really can go pick your dream home right now.
And also, we are fortunate in the Austin area to also have a lot of great builders and lots of choices with new construction, which definitely gives us another opportunity that other places in the country don't have.
Yeah.
So, and going to talk a little bit about new construction is, right now, some of the best deals out there are in new construction because these builders are offering some pretty incredible incentives that make these homes so much more affordable. So sure, we're hearing in the media, these 7%, everything's so expensive, but when's the last time you had someone actually lock in a 7% on a new construction?
I don't know. No.
So we're negotiating for our clients these really good rates with the builders, and also negotiating some great concessions on resale homes for our clients for them to be able to afford to buy down the rate, keep extra cash in their pocket for things that they would have put towards closing costs, down payments, things like that. So, although the rates are high, there's other ways to make up for those rates with these concessions that we're able to negotiate.
Yeah,
this
just
time.
Getting creative, with that kind of thing.
Yes.
I actually did have a closing recently where the buyer got $10,000 back. Now that doesn't always happen, but it did happen in this particular closing. So, it is really a great time to buy, because there's just so much leverage you can use. And you know what? If this person's not going to do it, the next person may. And so sellers are seeing that, and sellers are talking to their agents. And, we are also listing agents. So, we do try and tell our sellers, hey, this is what the market's doing. We really do want to work with this offer we've gotten, because we don't know when the next one will be if we have this much competition.
Yes.
But yeah,
So, very important right now, have someone guiding you in this market. There's a lot of money that can be left on the table, that if you don't really know all of these things that could be available to you, people can miss out on some great opportunities. Same with sellers. I mean, in order for us to get the most money for our sellers, that takes a lot of guidance and sort of this strategy of what we're going to do, how we're going to prepare the house for the market, things like that. So again, we won't go too much into this. We're talking a lot about interest rates and buyers and things like that. We won't go too much into the seller side, but everything is taking preparation right now. And so working with an experienced agent who can guide you through this, again, so important.
So important.
So big takeaway here, and our advice is stop chasing 3%. It's great while it lasted, but it's a whole new chapter, and we need to plan around that chapter if you're planning on starting your path towards homeownership or changing up your current circumstances.
Yeah, and that's okay. Let's focus on what's possible right now, what we have ahead of us. With the right strategy, today's market can still work for you.
Yes. So if you've been waiting, we would love to speak with you about, let's get a game plan together. Let's get you a strategy. Let's talk about some of those options. It's pretty wild when we actually put things down on paper, what we can make work. And it's just all about, having that conversation and looking through some scenarios and actually planning.
Yeah. So we are Amy and Therese with Austin Property Group. We will help you buy smart, sell confidently, and love where you live.